Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Raul,
And it's Mike.
and I'd like to welcome you to episode
And we're
14
hyped.
of the
On
AO
the mic.
podcast. Now,
Mm-hmm.
before we even get into anything,
Uh-huh.
just to give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes. So, last week, me and
Behind the
Mike had met up as usual, and we recorded what was supposed to be episode 14.
Yeah.
Um,
And we were talking about both the Kendrick tracks, both Euphoria and 616.
Yeah,
that
so we
episode.
were covering the ongoing beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar,
Mm-hmm.
and so we decided that we're gonna we were gonna follow our usual routine. We had recorded the episode.
Mm.
I was getting ready to edit it, but in the middle of getting ready to edit it, this past weekend happened.
And so much shit just happened within the last week that we were discussing that okay, I think we should just cover, because it seems like at the time of this recording it's died down a bit, that we're just gonna cover, and we're gonna redo the episode and just recover both Euphoria and 616, but also we're gonna cover Family Matters, we're gonna cover Meet the Grams, we're gonna cover Not Like Us and the aftermaths of all that, so we can just put it all in one episode. So we're gonna redo that episode. We still should there's clips in there that are so funny though that we're probably gonna
No,
put
yeah,
some
I'll
clips.
probably
Yeah,
just share some
put some
certain
clips on the
Instagram.
reels.
Make
So
sure
check
you
out for
follow
that.
us. So links for everything is down in the description.
Uh-huh.
But so yeah, so
Yeah,
okay,
so we're gonna start off. There's a lot of cover here.
Yeah,
This is gonna
okay,
be.
so this is the way
This
that-
is easily gonna be our longest episode.
So this is
for
what I'm
sure.
gonna do. I'm not gonna go into the entire fucking history of Kendrick and Drake.
We don't need that.
So
don't need that.
if you guys are,
If you know, you know.
Well, if you know, you know. But if you're curious, there are, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, there are other people on here that have made amazing videos that covers the complete timeline of the Kendrick and Drake feud.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would like to watch one of those, but just to sum it up, just know that these dudes haven't liked each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And
he
so
took the sunset rapper back in his pajama clothes.
And so we have, so the way that this essentially started, that we didn't find out until after the fact, was so Drake had been working on an album.
For all the dogs, right?
No, it was the Scary Hours one.
Oh, Scary Hours, yeah.
Yeah. And so that project will later turn out to be Scary Hours, and in that project, he has a song with J. Cole, which, as most of you know, is First Person Shooter. Now, this is kind of how it essentially all popped off, because of a line that J. Cole had said in there about him, Drake, and Kendrick being the top three in the game.
Yeah.
Now, there was a lot of speculation as to why Kendrick decided to respond to that in Future's album, where in the song Like That, he mentions the line, motherfuck the big three, it's just big me.
Yeah.
And so we didn't know, because at first I think a lot of us assumed that just Kendrick felt some type of way about J. Cole saying that, and so
Yeah.
that's why he responded in that
Yeah.
way.
Being
But-
included in that section as an artist, He's
But
just,
it was
rubbed him wrong. But
later
it's just-
actually confirmed
Yeah, no.
that what had actually happened behind the scenes is Drake had actually reached out to Kendrick for him to be on that song. Because of course that would have been probably one of the biggest songs ever, because it would have included, as J. Cole had mentioned, the big three in the game.
Yeah.
So, but of course, as we had mentioned,
Kendrick and Drake haven't liked each other in a long time, and
these
Kendrick,
guys have issues with each other.
Kendrick
so of
took that
course,
as an offense.
when Drake hit him up, he's like, "No, of course I'm not going to work with you. Like, we have some issues."
Yeah.
And so
And then
that's why.
yeah, that's the origin of the beef, especially with Not Like Us hidden. That
And
was
so
the
that's why
spark of it.
when
That was the spark of this
now
whole thing.
looking it back on it and knowing this information, it
Mhm.
makes sense of why Drake decided to respond after Not Like That came out, just
Yeah.
because now knowing he was probably pissed off that Kendrick not only declined the invitation to be on the song, but also that he took a jab at them.
Yeah.
And so then we get the whole J. Cole thing, he
Yeah.
kind of came into it a bit, but then he bowed out.
Yeah.
Which, now I do gotta I do
You gotta retract, because I was gonna bring this up on this podcast too, because you were going in on J. Cole. First of all, I was trying to, you're there's a specific thing in that podcast that I remember that I was like, oh, he just like was like as a human being, and then like you were talking about his manhood. He's like, as a man, I'm like, well, what about a human being? But you kind of just doubled down, like, no, you were crushing his manhood and all that.
Well, to be fair, I did that for a reason.
Yeah.
Because what's like who's the majority in hip hop?
Yeah.
Men.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of bravado.
You were just questioning his manhood. Like,
not questioning his man. I'm just. I remember specifically what I said too. I said I don't. What is? I mean, we can get into it later, but I didn't mean anything. But
I'm not even taking it as offense, but I'm just like, damn. He's like, I wouldn't say you're going in on him, but I was like, oh man, you like. I mean, at the time we didn't know what Kendrick was gonna be into, but like at the time I was like, because I didn't, but I do agree, because I need to retract that, because I do agree that like if you're going to go into a beef.
No, but I'm just saying the reason why I worded it that way is because in the sport of hip hop, since it's a majority of men, and what is hip hop, like a big part of hip hop is ego and bravado.
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of these problems occur, because people like
a lot of pride, a lot of pride in this
egos
shit.
get bruised.
Yeah.
So that's why I worded it that way.
J. Cole's ego is now bruised permanently. Because I do agree, like, if you're going to go into beef, you have to expect everything from all grounds. And, like, despite what we know now about, like, what Kendrick had in store for J. Cole, like, at the time, especially, like, a lot of people were just, like, clowning on Cole. Well, now we're like, oh, he kind of, like, J. Cole kind of, like, saved his own ass as he's not going to be able to declare he's the best rapper of like ever now.
Oh no, yeah, still can't.
He still can't claim that he's the greatest rapper. He'll smoke all of my favorite rappers. He can't claim that at all. You know what I mean? Is he living? He's like on the beach somewhere. Did you see that photo? On that shit. So it's just like he kind of saved his own ass, but also he can't say he's the greatest ever again. And when he bowed out, a lot of people, including us, were like, damn, it was like, what the fuck? It's just bars. That's all we fucking wanted. Just like spit. So, and Drake, and then like, since J. Cole was out, then that's when Drake comes in doing push-ups, and then coming in with the tailor-made freestyle, just like, and on Instagram and on the socials.
Which, by the way, that tailor-made freestyle really pissed me off.
No, it was not. We're West Coast folks, so like him using that AI shit did not fly with us. I know other people kind of don't care about it. People think it's smart a tactic to just aggravate Kendrick and all that shit. But over here in the West Coast, we kind of just don't fuck with that. Like, especially like icons, like one that is dead and one that's still alive. That's like some shit. That's like some like sleazy shit. And the fact that Drake is using AI, I know it's like not like AI create, like it's his voice but amped up in a different way, for sure, but like still just like using that for your own, like it's sleazy as fuck, like the tailor-made freestyle. I don't know why people like it, because a lot of people still like it, but like I have no idea.
Let's back up a bit.
Yeah.
What did you what were your initial thoughts on Push-Ups when he released it?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. I thought it's a good like way to be like, all right, let me just like come in, address it. I kind of like the beat, and I do think his flow is good on there. I don't think he came in with some wild shit. You know what I mean? Like, was that the one with the bodyguard line?
Yeah, so I was gonna say that.
So I was like, if that one line for sure, like, but like there's like. It's kind of vague of like what that line is and what it isn't doing.
I will say that once that song came out as an actual song,
yeah,
I do really fucking like it.
As a diss, it's not the strongest.
Yeah,
it's just a provocateur.
So I thought it was good.
It was good. It was good.
A little good entry kind of jab.
Yeah, we didn't like tailor-made freestyle. I thought that shit was not that good.
Okay, and so then let's get into it. So then Kendrick Lamar releases Euphoria.
Yeah, by the way, Euphoria comes out like a couple weeks after like these disses come out. So we were waiting for a while.
Yeah, so people were kind of questioning if Kendrick was even going to reply.
And I remember on a couple of our podcasts, we were like, what's Kendrick is like, I remember I was like kind of getting tired of the beef because it was spawning some other like corny bullshit from the Drake shit to the Rick Ross shit, which is funny as fuck. As funny as it is, it was just like, okay, I'm ready for like this to die down. And then Euphoria comes in Tuesday fucking morning. A Tuesday morning, like fucking like 8, 9, 10 a.m. Like the randomest times, the most Kendrick Lamar time of all time. 6.5 minute like just like beat 'em up like of just pure bars and pettiness and just Kendrick's wildest and unconventional and greatest flows. I think like I love that song, and as a diss, he addresses so much shit in that. Whether it be the cis and the biggest one of the biggest ones being the cease and desist order,
Yeah.
unlike that, which was later confirmed by Metro Boomin, which is crazy shit.
Oh, and then I think the strongest thing, or as far as like the strongest punch
Yeah,
that Kendrick took at Drake in that song was when he was doing the "You Know None About That" when he
yeah,
was
you know about
addressing
that.
Drake essentially just being a shitty dad.
Yeah,
Um, so I think so. It went from it went from Drake mentioning Whitney, which is Kendrick's fiance,
mm-hmm.
to Kendrick then mentioning Drake's son,
Mm-hmm. I
and
don't know about that.
so then we stayed in that moment for a minute, and
Yeah,
we were just kind of this is when it just at first was starting to heat up, and
yeah.
people were like, all right, this is cool, this is fun, this is like
He didn't go all the way, but he just showed up to be like, okay, I'm in the playing field, and
yeah.
like in that song, there's a lot of hints and warnings that like you don't want to go any further than this. Let's keep it fun. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and there won't be no threats. He's like, let's keep it light. You know what I mean? Let's keep it, between me and you, but in a fun way. Let's just give bars, and like the audiences will have fun, and everything will be fine. And do you still want to talk about Euphoria for a little bit, or do you want to move on?
Well, we can move on and then we can just come back to it.
Okay, got it.
And then so we sat in that moment for a while,
It was like a couple days. Yeah.
and everybody was just taking it in because this was something that people had been waiting for in hip hop for like a long time, because of course these are two of the biggest artists in hip hop,
Yes.
and so people had been waiting on it,
And
so now that
also a long time coming too, because they've been subliminally dissing each other for the past like
I think
11,
almost
12 years.
yeah.
Yeah, like since 2013. So and it's been known that like they might have like not really liked each other. Now when the Euphoria came in, it's like, oh, he hates him, and we'll get to that later. But like, no, he just doesn't like him either, and he's warning him, don't go further. So we're settling that down for that we're waiting for like a Drake response now. Like after Euphoria, he's like, okay, Drake, come back, and then the morning we would do the recording of the podcast, he dropped 616 in LA on his Instagram.
Oh yeah, so it was the day when we had originally recorded this episode. Well, what was supposed to be this episode, and literally that night, I was in my kitchen. I think I was having dinner, and I had seen that Drake had dropped Family Matters, and I remember I started listening to it,
Yeah.
and while I did think that sonically it sounded really good, the thing that kind of really annoyed me, and like I'm not even gonna lie to you, like I not even to that, like it was kind of hard for me to even finish the song, and the main reason for
Wait, which
that,
song?
huh?
Which song?
The Family Matters. And one of the reasons for that is because he did something that he kind of did in push-ups,
Yeah.
where I was really annoyed by. And in the original recording of this episode, I had even brought it up. I had said that I hated the fact that in his response, he not only went at Kendrick, but he also went at like all these other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No.
that was
the
the
Family
thing that-
Matters came out after we recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing that that's why I was like, all right, like if you're gonna come back, like I just don't want you to do that again. Like, just keep it
Yeah,
specifically
to
to
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Like we did want to know about ASAP Rocky, Weekend, Future, all that. Like, we were here for one thing and one thing only is for you to fucking eat Kendrick's asshole like in
What?
for 7 minutes. You
Shut
know, it's
up.
just like.
But and so I'm listening to Family Matters, and I
Yeah.
shit you not, as I was like getting towards the end of the song, I had paused it because I was like, I don't know, I honestly don't know how I'm feeling about this,
Yeah.
and literally as I was
Yeah,
like,
because you were texting me while you were listening to
yeah,
it.
as I had paused it, that's when. Wait, did you tell me or did I find out?
Because you were texting me because after the recording, I was doing stuff with my partner. We were out doing theater things like in Fullerton and all that. And so it's just like because I was out and about because I and Family Matters came out while doing the thing. So it's just like, all right, it was like I'll listen to it later, you know. And you're texting me about it, like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be that excited for it. So and I couldn't listen to it at the time, but like then I was on uh Twitter, and then people were saying Kendrick dropped, and I'm like, no, no, he didn't, no, he did, y'all lying. And then I went on YouTube and checked Kendrick's channel, um, the Kendrick Lamar channel, and I saw Meet the Grams uploaded 28 minutes ago. I'm like, 28 minutes ago.
So wait, so did you tell me or
I,
did
t- I told you about Meet the because I texted you. He's like, "Yo, Kendrick just dropped,"
Okay,
and then
yeah.
you're like, "Right now?" And I'm like, "Yes, right now."
Okay, so
And
mind you, this was literally like 30 minutes after Drake had put out
yeah,
Family Matters.
yeah, which is some crazy, crazy calculated diabolical
And
shit.
so I was like, all right. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I went ahead and listened to Meet the Grams before I even finished Family Matters.
Yeah,
And let me tell you,
this is
the
yeah.
from the very first line to the beat itself, I knew
Uh,
that I was about to be in for some very
very
fucking evil
and
shit.
let's get back to me for a bit because after we are done doing me and my partner were driving home after we were done doing the theater things we listened to Family Matters in the car. I don't think it was the best diss ever, but I will say he was fighting, he was flowing, he was rapping. Like I actually like it as a diss even more than you because I do think like even though his claims were outlandish and sure he was so unfocused on the fucking shit that all the beats were nice as fuck and then he was coming in with serious allegations towards Kendrick, whether it be the son not being his or like the domestic abuse allegations, but he was coming in with like these huge claims about Kendrick Lamar, and then here come and then you know I don't it still wasn't enough for me personally, but you know as a song I really did enjoy, and we listened to and my partner didn't at all. She did not like the song, but like and then like I was like okay let's listen to the Kendrick Lamar one now, and we I pressed play. I heard the
Wait,
first.
hold on, wait. Let's forward
I
back to me
heard
because
yeah.
I'm the one that listened to it first.
Okay.
So yeah, so you text me that he had dropped,
Yes.
and
Yes, he
so
did.
like I said, I started listening to it before I even finished Family Matters. Um, and just literally after I think I might have texted you like after I finished the
Yes.
first verse. I was like, dude, this is some diabolical
Yeah,
shit.
you're texting me in awe. Like you were like I kind of like underestimated how like in shock you were because like Instagram you can only assume by text and shit. I thought you were just like, oh, he's diabolical with this. Like I'm just like, oh, okay, 'cause we're getting that like euphoria type shit, you know, that lit type shit. But you're texting me, nah, he hate this man. You're
Yeah.
texting me, he hates this man. And I was getting a text from my other friends. He was like, this is some evil shit. This is some evil shit. And I'm like, I kind of underestimated how evil it was, you know. But when I played it in the car, we heard the first line, and then we were like, we can't play this in the car. We can't bump this right now. We have to go home.
It's not a bumpy
It's not a
song.
bump. It's not a song that bumps in the whip. But that bass is hard though. I'll say that. Like it does actually bump. But like we got home and we did it. We underestimated Meet the Grams, so we got high while listen before we listen to it, and then we press play, and then the first line comes in, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that this man is your father. Let me be honest." And then he just rolls in. Do you want to like keep talk? Can we just? Do you want to talk about the song, or do you want to like just keep going of like
Well,
our experiences to
before
the
we get
song?
into okay, so
Okay,
before we get into the actual
we were just
song
shook.
itself,
I was so shook. I called Raul.
yeah. So this is the thing. So I had finished listening to it, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was in shock myself, still trying to process what the fuck I had just listened to.
Yeah,
And literally in the middle of that's when you had called me.
yeah.
And we legit had like a almost 20-minute conversation about it on the phone.
I feel like it was long. It was like 30 minutes. It's like 20 to 30 minutes around.
No, it
there.
was like around 20 minutes.
Oh man, it's just like it was. It felt longer. I was high, so it's just like it was like I was just like my heart was like heavy. I had like fucking like I was like anxious. I feel like Kendrick Lamar was like outside like my window listening to us, like and like he was like whispering to himself like there you go, there you go, shit. Like I was that anxious. I was like fuck me. Like Kendrick is. We've never seen Kendrick this evil, this like fucking anime villain.
This was
evil fucking
a side
half
of
ass.
this is legit a side of Kendrick that I never knew was there.
You're like, yeah,
And I fucking
I love it. I love it, especially with the Alchemist beat too. Perfect beat to use too. Perfect producer to get it. You know, I love how he's like also like Alchemist was like, did you know he was gonna do this like this? He was like, I just sent him the beat. I didn't know he was gonna do this.
okay, so
Oh man, okay.
everybody is in shock.
Everyone's in shock.
After we heard it. Alright, so
And the
now
YouTube reactors are working overtime
oh
because
yeah.
they have to deal with Family Matters,
The-
and then
all-
this
watching
fucking
all
song.
the YouTube reactors react to all of this was very entertaining for me personally.
Yeah, the streamers reacting it in real time as well is fucking funny too. Really funny.
But so I guess we can get into the song itself because this was one of the major blows in this rap beef.
like it.
So in the first verse, so the way that Kendrick decided to form this song
Yeah,
is he made it in the sense of each verse was supposed to be addressing a member of Drake's family.
yes,
With that first verse being dedicated to Drake's son.
Adonis, and he's like, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry. That's it, man. It's your father. Let me be honest." I'm like, "Oh my god, he's gonna go in." He's gonna go fucking in, and then like, but like we did, like even with that first line, I'm like, okay, I don't know how much he's gonna go in, and
So I
all
think
that
like
stuff,
instead
but,
of
like,
just going through the entire verse, let's just.
But
pick out-
I also just want to mention like real quick the third line in that fucking song. He's like, I look at. He's like, your grandpa should have wore a fucking condom. I'm like, that's you saying that to a 6-year-old Kendrick. He's gonna listen to us at least at 10 years old, and then you told him at the end of the verse to listen to this again when you're 18. You know, he's like, he's mentoring him. Like, if I was like a dad and someone did that to like my son, it's death. It's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, that's horrible. I would fight.
That's like the most disrespectful
Like-
fucking thing you.
He could do as an artist is talk to the person you hate son and tell him how much he's a piece of
It's like
shit.
you're not even talking to him; you're talking to his son.
I know, it's like your son needs to know how much he does.
Okay,
you
wait,
don't
so
teach
then-
him.
So then we go from Drake's son to the
Which is
sec-
already the most disrespectful
Yeah.
shit I've ever heard.
to
Ever.
the second verse
Yeah.
being dedicated to Drake's parents.
With this Drake, so he's like, dear Sandra. At least he's nice to Sandra, you know.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
To be fair, to
Like,
be
I like
fair, it was
Kendrick-
like he said like the most evil shit about him in the second verse, but he was still being polite
He was still
about
being
it.
polite to Sandra. He's like, please sit down. What I'm saying is heavy. Like, he's like, I think you're a sweet lady, Sandra.
Like,
Dennis,
but
you're
your
a piece
son?
of shit. Dennis, you're a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, he's like fuck you.
He was, you raised a horrible fucking person. This is all your fault.
Yeah, but then he was like, so then okay, so we get to the part where
And then the second half of the second verse.
so we get to the part where he's addressing the parents, right? And
Yeah.
the first little bit of that was just essentially mainly like taking shots at his dad.
Yeah.
But then when we get to the part where he's addressing the mom again, this is when
He's like,
I was listening to this verse. This is when because here's the thing, the son thing was bad enough.
it was
Like,
pretty bad. It was just disrespectful.
I like that's when I was like, oh, okay, so after I finished that first verse, I was like, okay, so we're getting to the Pusha T level of beef, right?
Like,
But then
yeah.
when we get to the second half of that second verse,
Oh yeah, that's when shit goes down. That's
I
jaw dropping, jaw dropping.
I did not expect for Kendrick to take it that far.
Not only that, before that, he was like, Sandra, just sit, take a breath,
Yeah,
sit down,
yeah,
just
he was
listen. And then he fucking coughs, preparing, like, and then he's like, your son's a sick man, the sick thoughts, I think fuckers like him should be deceased. I'm just like, whoa, whoa,
yeah,
shit.
and so I was like, well,
Shit.
but then what follows that?
Yeah.
It was
Talk about his fetishes.
I was legit in shock because like this is something that
He's airing it out.
yeah. Because here's the thing: this all the allegations that Kendrick made it to Drake in that second verse specifically.
Yeah.
These were all things that aren't new.
They are not. They are not. You know, if you've been around hip hop media for a while, you know about Drake's weirdness and low key like unsettling fondness towards like younger women and all that. And then
I
like
think younger people in general.
younger people, yeah, and then to the point, and also like trying to like and use them too. But we'll get into that later. But like also like one of the biggest scandals he had recently was like having a relationship with a 14-year-old Millie Bobby Brown, which is the actress who plays 11 in Stranger Things. You know, when that show was blowing up, like there was like a whole thing. Like,
I want to say the reason why that one actually got a lot of attention was because she actually did an interview where they had.
She's mentioned it in a lot of interviews about
yeah,
her
but
relationship.
There was I think the one that people quote the most is the one that she did on a red carpet. Mm-hmm. Where she was asked about her relationship with Drake.
Yeah.
And that is when she revealed that they text each other all the time. And they even say that they like miss you to each other. Now mind you, she was 14 at the time.
She was 14.
And Drake was in his 30s.
How you miss a 14-year-old? That's like, no. Fuck you. Like, that's weird shit. And also, like, they're taking pictures on boats together, just the two of them. Like, where... It was like, what? Why is no one stopping this? Why is no one interviewing? Like, what is this? This is weird. This is fucking weird.
So this is the thing why I say that this was an insanely mind-blowing thing for him to say.
Yeah.
Because it's not that it was new information.
It
was the fact that there was an artist that was at Kendrick's level that was now saying it.
Addressing it in the most aggressive, disrespectful, and in a positive way, distasteful way you could ever do it in hip hop. Like it's in hip hop in its rawest form is that second verse. And like the claims he was doing, the OVO, you're working with like weirdos around you.
Yeah.
You keep them in a circle, and your child's with them.
Yeah,
and he's not wrong about that either. When you look into who's
we found out later because he did specify who he was talking about.
And it's just like it was like whoa, holy shit. And it's just like he should just be deceased so these women can have a purpose. Like he's basically like exposing low key like the industry and all that stuff.
That whole thing about the Tinder thing.
Yeah,
like because that's crazy because I found out about what he was mentioning.
Stuff.
What he was mentioning. I found out about what he was referring to later. So I was like, oh, that shit's fucking crazy.
It is crazy. And then he's talking about like, yeah, he's also leaking his own dick vids to keep an agenda, to keep like a persona, being like, oh, all these bitches love me. I'm like a womanizer. I got a big cock. You know what I mean? It's just like so he's just pushing that agenda.
No, but hey, I was gonna ask you, what did you? Because that was a very as funny as it was.
Yeah.
I do think that was a very interesting theory that he had came up with the fact that he was alluding to the fact that it was actually Drake that had leaked that video of himself.
Yeah.
What do you stand like? Do you believe if you were to think about it, do you think that that's something?
If I have to keep like a certain persona going, like it's just like that would like,
because
like
here's the
Drake's
thing,
mind, I think so.
If you think about it, like it would, if what Kendrick was alleging, with that part specifically is true about him trying to find girls and stuff like that to hook up with.
Yeah.
It would kind of make sense in that regard because if you think about it, like, people are obviously going to talk about it and it's going to circulate online. So there's going to be girls specifically that see that video. And I even to not even to be funny, but I understand why they did this because it was kind of like a marketing thing.
Yeah.
But I do follow some girls that do OnlyFans on Twitter, and I remember when that had came out, when that video had specifically leaked. I remember I had seen, they were saying, oh, like Drake hit, or they were tagging
Drake hit
and
me
like,
up and all that. Yeah.
And so I was like, that does kind of make sense.
Yeah, he's like, Drake just knows how to market and like pushes that own like persona like that. So it greatly makes sense, And then we're not even fucking, it's just like, and then the other claims of like just the PDF files and all that shit. It is some crazy shit. And then we get hit with the third verse.
Yeah, so then the third verse comes in, and now this is
the
where...
first line of the...
This was the... the thing that I found very interesting that we were talking about this before we started recording was, surprisingly, people seemed to have paid attention to the third verse more so than they did the second one.
Yeah, they're like...
Which is just wild to
It's
me.
so weird. I'm like, y'all are focusing on the wrong things. But, like... At the same time, like, I think the reason, like, first of all, like, the third verse talks about, like, it starts off, "Dear baby girl, I'm sorry your father isn't in your world," and then it alludes to the fact that she's also 11, so older than Adonis. He's been hiding this alleged child since for so much longer. So, and then I think the reason why that third verse is, like, very shocking is because Drake's done it, like, it's been done before.
Yeah.
Like, he's hit a child before, and then got exposed to it, denied it, but then introduced it.
I wasn't hiding my child from the world. I was hiding the world from my child, or some shit like that.
I don't think so. I don't believe that. But like, so it's like, I think that's why it's shocking. It's like, you're doing it again. Like, people are like, you're doing it again. Like, before, like, we still haven't seen any receipts, but like people are like, oh my god, he's done it before. Why is he doing this again? And also with an older child. So there's a lot of implications that could come with that too.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. So while I did think that verse was shocking,
it is shocking, but like, it's not as shocking as like that last verse.
Yeah, I was like, to be honest, like that. Looking back on it now, that was actually probably the
tamest verse in that whole song, honestly.
Yeah, and then so we kind of just skate past that one because he just kind of alluded to the fact that Drake has a daughter.
Yeah. No receipts yet.
So then we get to the last verse where he's finally addressing Drake himself.
To Drake himself. But the end of that third verse is so cool. He's like superstar, right, and a fucking deadbeat that should never see more life. Yeah. And then the ad lib is like, "Meet the Grams." Just like, fuck, I guess we met him. We know them more. I know more about the Grams than I should now. Like, I know these people more than I wanted to. But then the fourth verse happens.
Yeah, so now we get to Kendrick finally addressing Drake himself.
Yeah.
And then this is where Kendrick clarifies why this went this route. And it was because...
Mentioned family.
Yeah, so Kendrick, as we mentioned earlier, Drake was the one that had mentioned Kendrick's fiance's name first. Mm-hmm. And so then...
And then references the fact that, like, one of his kids ain't his, it's his manager. And like, so, that's something you don't want to fuck with. Like, even just, like, we look back to the Pusha T verse. We look back to the Pusha T verse. Like, the thing that got Pusha T mad was just, like, Drake mentioning his wife and the ring on her finger. Literally, that's it, and that's what fucking caused Pusha T to just onslaught him with that information, which is actually, looking back, was kind of crazy. But like, this one, it was like Drake was like, "I'm not learning from that. Instead, I'm gonna just double down on this shit and just accuse your son to not being yours and all that, and like, you beat your wife and all that shit, while also being an unfocused song. Those allegations were like very, very critical, and could hurt Wheat hurt Kendrick's reputation. So Kendrick was like, "I'm a public this now," and he had that shit on private. Yeah. He had that shit on private, ready to upload as soon as he mentioned the name
Oh wait, but so we're not we're skipping over a very important detail
Oh.
to this specific disc was the actual cover art itself.
Yeah, because in 616 in LA, the Instagram disc that came in the morning before Family Matters, it was released on Instagram, and the cover was just a Maybach glove. I think
Yeah.
it was just the glove. It was like, oh, okay, that's weird. And then Meet the Grams cover, for those who don't know, is extended photo, like the full scale photo of the original 616 photo, and it includes a bunch of stuff allegedly that was like stolen from Drake's dad from an airport that moles that the people took pictures of, that included the medication, that included the Maybach glove, the shirt, and most importantly, like the medication, Ozempic, which is the weight loss medicine.
Yeah.
And it had Aubrey Graham on the name. First of all, Kendrick violating HIPAA regulations is insane for the rap disc. Like that's not like some. He's literally doing like some illegal shit for this thing. To the point where like he couldn't even upload the photo on Spotify.
Oh, yeah,
It's just a Donda cover.
I fucking hate you because I was literally about to say looking like a fucking Kanye West album. So then we have the cover art,
which is creepy. When I found that out, I was like, "This is insane. This is creepy as fuck." That's made me like, me and Mike Martin were like, we're low key kind of scared of Kendrick. You know what I mean? He's a scary man now. I'm gonna have like nightmares about like if like Kendrick, like if we ever have beef with Kendrick, we have to squash it immediately.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay, so we get Meet the Grams, right, which literally just shakes everybody to their core.
Like that whole night is just crazy.
Because
everything's blowing up.
Because I think now looking back on it, I think it's safe to say this might be the most evil fucking rap disc I've ever personally listened to.
Yeah, and like there's tons of like, rap disses that were brutal, like Jay-Z like talking about like putting the condom on the baby seat and all that, like, so we've had like very gritty like stuff before, and there's a lot of underground like actual gangster shit like that happens.
But the way that this one was done too, it was like
artistically
literally like nothing like I've ever heard before.
Like the thing Kendrick accomplishes completely with this disc is creating the mood and the atmosphere. Like I think I said this on the call too. This made me like want to watch like Midsummer for comfort, just to like calm me down.
No, yeah, that's the one. Okay, so I was actually speaking about this with my sister. Because she's also like kind of been enthralled into what's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
And she legit told me the same thing. Like when she told me that as she was listening to that song, she said that she legit felt uneasy.
Like it's like literally like this man is so the analysis and the critical like wording he uses in this word.
But it was like everything. Like it was
the beat too. The Alchemist beat.
It was his tone.
Oh, his delivery. I feel like people are underrating fucking Kendrick's delivery and flow in Meet the Grams too, because the way he starts so silent and condescending.
Oh, and you know what I really like? The little flow like speed up switch thing that he did when he started talking about like your son's a sick man.
Your son's a sick man. Like. Oh my god! Like even that flow in that second verse when he's doing that shit, like it's like when a polite person's like so angry at you, but they can't like yell at you, so they have to like really talk in a very condescending, effed up tone. And then at the end of the fucking song with that fourth verse, it's so fucking funny. Kendrick's still funny too, even when he's being one of the devil. When he's like, I don't have like a hating bone in my body. Yeah. I'm like, yes you do. Yes, you fucking do. Yeah, what do you mean? You fucking you can't fucking do all this. And also with Euphoria, talk about how much you hate the way he walks, the way he talks, the way that he dresses.
Hey, shout out to DMX.
As a fucking great reference to DMX, by the way, as well.
Rest
Kendrick's,
in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. But like you can't say that and then do that and then this and then what you gonna do next?
Okay, so then listen. We get Meet the Grams, right? And
let's talk about I still want to finish up Meet the Grams. Like the ending of Meet the Grams is amazing.
Oh yeah, okay. So I want to talk about
Amazing.
We find out that the reason why Kendrick took it that far was because of the, obviously Drake mentioning his fiance's name. Um, but I think the scene that that really got me in that third verse was towards the end, where he starts like saying that Drake lied about a bunch of stuff. But it was the way that his tone shift.
Oh yeah,
like, you can
how
tell
it gradually got the voice got more like angrier and angrier. Yeah. Especially when he's like, I want to see what's under the achievements. Yeah. Why I believe you. You gave us nothing to believe in. And then he goes on like a rant of like how much he lied and all that stuff. And then like not only that, within the middle of that lie section, the only ad libs in the song come in. You lied. Yeah. He's like, you lied. I'm like, oh.
But then even the way that he just even ends off that verse when he's like, fuck a rap battle. There's a long
life battle with yourself. And I'm like, oh my fuck. I was literally like running around the room like, so
what was your initial reaction when you finished the track?
I was like, and my partner could tell you this, like, I was literally like, after like a long life battle with yourself, I literally was like laughing like out of like shock. And then I was walking around, I'm like, oh my fucking god, like I couldn't stop saying that. I was like, oh my fucking god, Kendrick just fucking decimated and analyzed his whole fucking family. He broke him down, and then like fucking like fucking Legos just put him back together. Get some ayahuasca, strip the fucking ego from the body. He don't need ayahuasca. Like, I like how he says too, therapy's a good start. Yeah, but that's not good for you.
He's like, you're a fucked up person, but I still want you to go to therapy.
He's like, I'm gonna heal you real quick. This is what's the fucked up part is like Kendrick, I think legit believes like I'm helping him though. I'm helping.
No, you don't understand. I'm helping.
You're like, yeah, I'm helping. He's like, you said you wanted him to die. He's like, he needed to hear that. Some people don't want you
to die, but then you can go to therapy after.
Like when he reincarnates as a fucking like Canadian lizard, he could like fucking like he can fucking get some ayahuasca. He's like, he'll learn from me. Like, this transcends life and death.
It's fucking Canadian lizard, dude. What the fuck? Where did you come up with that one?
Like, sometimes, like, especially reincarnation, come up with, like, you come back as the weirdest things, you know what I mean?
I just thought it was stupid ass fucking Family Guy episode, but I'm not gonna say it.
Like, like, who knows? I'll be like a ladybug after this life, you know what I mean?
Shut up, okay, so
you'll be like a giraffe.
Fuck, at least I'd finally be tall.
Be fucking long neck.
Okay, so, but,
yeah.
So,
shocking, meet the grams.
Yeah, so everybody's in shock. I'm literally, as I'm watching this, I'm watching, like, all the YouTube reactors react to it. Yeah. And just everybody having that same sentiment about this being one of the most evil diss tracks that they've ever heard.
Yeah.
But
and then everyone's like, okay, Drake has to come back now. And then the next morning.
Yeah, but mind you, also like a lot of discourse between Family Matters and Meet the Grams was that Drake had, even though I don't think it was a really strong diss until towards the end of the song. It was I had mentioned this in the previous episode that we had recorded. Mm-hmm. Drake, the one thing that I will give Drake is that he is very good at making songs that bop.
Yeah.
So a lot of discourse when Family Matters and Meet the Grams had came out was that while it might have been a better diss than Family Matters, people thought that Family Matters was a better song.
Which, first of all, they're wrong. Yeah. But, like, I mean, I guess I get it, but, like, in a diss, it's like, that doesn't matter. Like, I don't know
why you know how fucking people
I know how fucking Twitter is. I know how rap fans are. I know how Drake stands are. And I know how Kendrick stands are, too. Because sometimes Kendrick has some annoying-ass fans. But I'm not going to get into that.
But so, that was one of the main arguments at the time when we had these songs come out. And which, I don't understand either, because, to me, if there's a rap beef, that's not really the point.
Yeah. Motherfucker's got 69 IQ.
But, so that was the main argument. So then, literally, as you said, the next morning.
The next fucking morning, I'm at work. My phone is blowing up because multiple people are, including you, texted me, "Yo,
Oh yeah,
Kendrick."
I am the one that hit you up
Yeah,
this time.
yeah. It was that morning. It was like I was like at work and I was seeing my phone below. He's like, Kendrick drop another, and I'm at work. I'm like, come the fuck on! I'm not home. Oh my god! And then I listened to it at work, and then when I heard, first of all, the first line, I see dead people.
Yeah.
And then like the mustard beat
Oh yeah,
comes
mustard
in.
on the beat.
Oh
Dude,
my
I was like,
god!
oh shit.
I was like, whoa.
Bro, hey, tell me, dude. Okay, so
Oh
when
my
I
God.
heard it, right? I was in my fucking kitchen.
Yeah.
I think I was having breakfast.
Uh-huh.
Bro, tell me why as soon as that fucking beat came on, bro, I was fucking getting down in my fucking kitchen.
Getting down
dude.
at the place.
I was like, oh shit. Like,
Mustard.
this
Oh,
is like
mustard on the beat, feet, bro. I'm just like,
bro,
like, I was
that
at
shit
work. I was like,
immediately got me fucking
first of all,
lit,
it's
dude.
shock. First of all, it's so shocking. I think it's because it's shocking because he came out with Meet the Grams like less than 12
Yeah.
hours before.
Yeah.
Like his fucking
like,
like.
he didn't even let it simmer that
No,
much.
no, he was like, no, fuck you. He was like, I think he knew that the fucking low IQ white motherfucking Drake fans, you know, would like be like, oh, this shit's sleepy, you know. He's like, let me go on my fucking Tesla and all that shit, you know. He's like, I don't think Drake is that bad of a guy, you know. He's like, he has no daughter, you know. The PDF files, like he's like, just make good music, bro. He's just like, that's what they sound like to me. He's like, you cheesing, fam, you know, you just.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, so anyway, so I'm listening to it, right? And I'm just like, I'm fucking blown away because,
Yeah.
and I remember I even texted you, I was like, dude, this is a fucking banger.
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, and then I was like, I listened to it, I'm like, oh my fucking god, and how he was just as aggressive on that song as he was on Meet the Grams. Like, it's
Yeah.
just a different type of aggression. At Meet the Grams is like his calculated, artistic, like layout of like his critical analysis of the Graham bloodline. You know, it's just like, and that was 6.5 minutes long. I love that shit. I love long songs. So like I love that shit. How grimy and dark it was. First of all, I think it was grimier than anything Griselda has ever done. Like at least recently, but like I can make an argument like that too. But also like and then like he comes out like less than 12 hours later with fucking Not Like Us, which is a complete shift, which is just a fucking bang.
Okay, so now just let's talk about this. So one of the reasons why I think that this became such a big banger is because not only did he get Mustard, so it's obviously a West Coast beat.
Yeah.
But his flow and the way that he was delivering it,
Super Bay Area.
He was literally using
Like
a modern
fucking-
day West Coast flow.
Like literally like a fucking like an evolution.
Like even okay, I'm
Oh.
gonna use this example just because he's the only one that I can think of that sounds this way,
What?
even though it's not great. He
Yeah.
doesn't do it good.
Yeah.
But he like the way that he was rapping, it reminded me of like Blueface.
Blueface, yeah, Blueface is oh my god. You could have said like because I was gonna use my good examples. Like he's like that was like an evolution of like E40 and Sugar Free.
I love
You
that
know,
you said a good example.
Like,
You're like
yeah.
no, Blueface, no.
yeah, cause no.
Yeah, that's why I said I didn't want to use it, but that's the only thing that came to mind.
Sugar Free E40. Come on,
No, but
DJ
I mean like
Quick?
no, but modern.
Modern. I think
That's
my
why-
version is like just like an evolution of those.
No,
I'm
but
not-
that's what I'm saying. That's like the only person that I can think of that has that modern flow right
Man,
now.
just don't use modern examples.
I mean, probably shouldn't. But let's just no.
But like,
that's what
but
it
that
did
flow,
remind me.
especially as it kept going, like it just got more aggressive, more angry, more faster, and also some of the fastest Kendrick has rapped too, ever since like Rigor Mortis and all that stuff, you know. So it's just like him switching up the flows and all that was so amazing. Even like passing the body off like John Stockton,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know anything
Oh,
about basketball.
beat your ass and
Yeah.
hide the Bible.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible with God watching. I'm just like, damn, that's like some cold shit. I love Kendrick too because he says like cold shit like that. We're like, ooh, like it's just like it's a knockout bars. Not only does he have knockout bars, but he has like. This is Kendrick at his funniest too. Kendrick is so fucking funny. I think people are underrate Kendrick's humor in a lot of his songs because he's fucking hilarious. Even though like Range Brothers with Baby Keem, he's fucking funny. And on this song, when he's so petty and disrespectful with all the PDF file lines, I'm just like, oh my god. He's addressing the OVO headquarters too.
Okay.
Like the first song was about like the family. This time is about their entire fucking camp of like who they're hanging out with.
Okay, so let's kind of get into the songs.
Yes.
The first, you didn't really say much in the first half of the first verse, but then we get the second half, or I guess technically it was the second verse.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show them.
Yeah, so certified boogeyman.
He's certified boogeyman, which he is now. Like he
Yeah.
is certified. Like he like stamp of approval by the audience, certified boogeyman. Like he can shake shit up. You know what I mean? And
So
it's like,
when I heard "Say Drake,"
say Drake. I heard
was
you like
oh,
young.
no, just when I heard "Say Drake," I was like, "Oh, he's about to say some shit."
And then you could tell he's in the studio just popping his body like, hey Drake, I heard you like I'm young. You should never go to cell block 1. And he was like 20 bitches that say they in love.
Like, just wish you had your little sister, bro. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro.
like it's not even about like allegations anymore. He's just like disrespecting him, like it's just like the absolute lowest he can go on that song. And then like he keeps going. He's talking about chubs and how he gets the hand me downs, the fucking like the second hand shit.
Oh wait.
At least party at the party, playing with his nose now.
Yeah, but
Cocaine.
then wait. Okay, so before you say it, so we pause real quick, because the next person who he talks about was going back to meet the Grams in that second verse, when he had mentioned that there was an SO on OVO.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that didn't really know Drake's camp like that didn't know who he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So Kendrick decided to,
just drop it.
just drop the name.
He was like Baca.
And so Baca, for those of you who don't know, is a rapper that goes by the name of Baca Not Nice, who is a member of Drake's crew, who a few years ago was actually arrested
For sex trafficking.
Yeah.
All that. I don't even know if I could censor that. I don't know if you should censor that or not. But like those were the charges against them. Like major weird
Well, I mean,
ass.
it's a charge. So
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
weird ass charges. Like type of charge, like trafficking, bro. That's like some like disgusting shit, you know. So and then Drake immediately signed him after that.
But here's the crazy part, though. So it just I'm not gonna go into like the full case, but I did hear like a few details on it. So apparently, what had happened is he had met, I think like a 22-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And he essentially had forced her into prostitution. And,
Crazy.
But the crazier part is that when he actually got arrested, I think he was only charged on possession of a weapon and possession with the intent to sell, because the girl never actually showed up to testify.
Yeah, no, this is scary, weird, sus shit, you know, and then Baga got
And
a
so
weird
then,
case.
so he goes to jail for that, right?
Yeah.
And then Drake, in a post that has now been deleted on Instagram, had literally posted about how he was excited that his boy was getting out of jail.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should be excited. First of all, Drake, don't be excited about any boys, let alone boys coming out of jail and all that stuff, you know? So it's just like Drake, that was like hindsight, that's like not the best move ever, you know what I mean? That was like 2018, 2019.
Because the other thing is, like, you have to fucking know what he's got arrested for.
Like Drake, you know, but like also like Drake's a weirdo, you know, so it's just like, you know, we doesn't really like to think and all that stuff, you know, so it's just like, and then Kendrick mentions all these parts, including Baca's weird ass case, and then goes on to say keeps going on to say some of the funniest lines in hip hop history right now. He's like, certified lover boy, certified. Wow.
God damn it, you said it.
Shit!
You
God
son of a bitch.
damn it! It's a fucking dope line. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You motherfucker. We were doing so good.
But that's such a funny line.
It is, but not the fucking cut it out.
I didn't mean it. Certified PDF files, and then like what? Not fucking up. And then like.
Oh, but then we get probably one of the most.
And then after that,
quoted lines. Because there was a lot of quotables in this song too.
Yeah, there's so much quotables.
But we get one of the first major ones where he says, he's like, He's like, trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Um,
Trying to strike a chord, probably A minor, and then like he fucking extends
yeah,
that shit as a repeat of like the free shit, and I'm just like, oh, like the it's just the fact like Kendrick Lamar, one of the most like one of the most artistic rappers around, but also one of the biggest rappers around, is so blatantly like like saying these claims in such like a very pity and funny way that it's just as shocking as Meet the Grams, but in a completely different way. You know, so like it's like, oh my god, he's like saying this, not only saying all these claims on a fucking mustard beat that's gonna be played all over the West
yeah. But
Coast.
here's the thing that I thought was fucking hilarious, right? And super petty of Kendrick to do.
Yeah.
Because okay, so if I'm being honest, like if it had just ended at Family Matters and Meet the Grams, like Kendrick would have still won the battle to me because
Yeah.
I don't care about it being like a boppy song. I care about what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it was super fucking hilarious to me and petty that Kendrick went ahead and dropped this because he was essentially saying like, all right, so you guys want something to dance to? Well, here
He's
you
like,
fucking go.
he's like, I'm literally gonna not only am I gonna be petty as fuck, I'm gonna say these claims, I'm gonna be funny while doing it, I'm gonna fucking, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking give you a history lesson. No, for before the history lesson, he talks about the Pac shit.
Yeah,
And he's
which
like,
was I love that he addressed because
Yeah.
as we mentioned earlier, we did not agree with that shit.
yeah, yeah. You know, sure he mentioned it in Euphoria, but like this is the part where like he kind of it was like an extension of that bar in Euphoria. Well, he's not gonna let a Canadian make Pac turn in his grave.
Yeah.
Like this is just that was just an extension of that. Because like Oakland might be your next stop, you know. And then what was the line
Oh,
after
and I'm
that?
pretty sure
Fuck.
he did cancel that show too.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I mean, yeah. Okay. When you got the whole West Coast behind like that song, you kind of like have to. Oh, you know, it's just like, oh my god. After the Oakland part, what the fuck did he say? I completely forgot.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Let me look at the lyrics. Let me look at the lyrics. Yeah. By the way, this might be the longest podcast we'll do. Yeah, we're definitely like we're extending the time for specifically for this and our thoughts on this because how can we not? You know what I mean? And also, this is from a. I don't think we got to the fact that this is from an artist that rarely drops.
Yeah.
Like we had to wait like 4 fucking years for Mr. Morale and the
We
Big.
got 4 songs in the
And,
span of like what, 2 days?
Yeah, in the span of like 2-3 days, while like we're waiting for a song for like 3 years. Oh my fucking god! Okay, let me.
And this was also to for people that don't understand that fucking when that Meet the Grams dropped, like literally 30 minutes after, that's legit the fastest that anybody has ever replied to a fucking diss.
Yes, that literally the fastest of all time. You know, like it's you couldn't do that in the '90s. You know, you had to fucking get the fucking record the booth
no shit.
on the
They didn't
fucking
have the
on the
fucking-
film and shit on the
They
analog
fucking
and all
still
that.
had fucking-
Press the CDs and shit. You know, like it took like Nas like a fucking year, 2 years to respond to Jay-Z and all that.
Hey,
that was the fastest. That was the fastest they could have done it.
Imagine you have a problem with somebody like a year later, you're like, all right, fuck you.
It was like, like it took so long for disses to get out. Like it's fucking and people didn't do disses. Like Wu-Tang just fought people. Like they didn't even fucking. They just threatened people in songs and just fought them in real life, like they did with like Joe Budden. You know, when he fucking popped his eye, like fucking.
No, but actually, now that you brought it up, it made me think of the fucking confrontation he had with the fucking Migos.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that shit. Oh my god. Oh, the other one, it's like first of all, the audience is dumb. Like Kendrick, the only thing Kendrick got wrong here in this song was like the audience is not slow. Yes, they are. Like
A
lot of them are really dumb, especially like the Drake stands, and even like the pretentious Kendrick stands that like can't take any criticism when I like. Despite Mr. Morale being my second favorite Kendrick Lamar, yes, that's a hot take, but fuck it. That's like my second favorite Kendrick Lamar album. But like, there's a lot of flaws within that fucking album. Yeah, sure, I think To Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City have like less flaws with them. But like, yeah, Mr. Morale definitely has his weak points. But like, I think what he does is so strong, you know. And Kendrick stans don't want to hear that type of criticism. They'll be like, oh, but like, And it's the white ones too. It's like oh, but like the feelings. I'm like, yeah, but he still did this and is a hypocrite on that. And like, if real Drake really wanted to go at him like that and like reverse, damn it,
again,
fuck!
like Jesus Christ.
PDF files, PDF file claims he should have mentioned like Kodak Black being on Mr. Morale and his allegations.
He did have like the thing. Here's the thing. Drake
had ammo.
Yeah, Drake did have stuff he could go at, like he could respond with.
Yeah.
But then, wait. So we got to talk about it. So because here's the thing. While he was saying a whole bunch of shit, of course, like as we mentioned, not like that was kind of more like the club hit record.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that because there is still stuff to talk about that.
Yes.
But I briefly want to talk about because there's not much to say. But so let's briefly talk about the Heart Part 6.
First of all, I will give Drake this great title.
Yeah,
great
it was
title.
it was a great
disrespectful.
title.
Disrespectful
Yeah.
to take that title. You know, so good on him.
But
Everything
then
else.
we get to the actual song. So I need to know, Mike, what was your first thoughts after you finished listening?
I was like,
to...
oh, the beat's good, and then he started rapping, and I'm like, he's like, I'm not a PDF. I'm not a PDF. I'm not a PDF. I'm like, okay, he's refuting. I'm not a PDF. I'm not a PDF.
No, but then
he's like, oh, mother I. Oh, that was the song where you. I'm like, Drake. The lyrics are on Spotify. They're shown. You know, it's not like the Eminem songs where, like, sure, they're popular songs, but the lyrics are not there. You go on Spotify and on Apple Music. The lyrics are right fucking there. You completely misinterpreted the fucking point not only of the song, but the fucking album. Like, first of all, you say Kendrick. That's not true. Like, Kendrick's cousin was accused. The family didn't believe him, and that was what the trauma started for Kendrick in that song. And then you get to later the fucking mother Ice Sober. It's the reason why like they had that paranoia of like Kendrick being not believing Kendrick. It's because the mom had like a history of abuse herself, so that trauma just led into unexpected other trauma, which is the point of this album. It's about healing and all that shit. But in the Heart, Drake was like, nah, I'm gonna make fun of him. By the way, a very PDF file thing to do is making fun of someone.
Wait, but okay, so we have that.
What the fuck?
So we have that horrible angle, but I kind of want to go back
horrible.
But I want to go back to the when he was refuting a lot of those claims that Kendrick had made against him.
Yeah.
One of his tactics of refuting that claim, and the reason why I want to mention it is because out of all the reaction videos that I watched to this song, I saw a lot of people not really
talk about it.
Yeah, talk about this line specifically, which again was mind-boggling to me, just because it's a more than questionable line.
It's very questionable.
Where
questionable.
Drake essentially says that he is too famous for these allegations.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like, Drake. Famous people get more allegations like this than regular people. Like it was like, have you not heard of people call certain celebrities called?
No, Kendrick literally gave him an example in Meet the Grams. Harvey Weinstein,
Jeffrey Epstein, Kevin Spacey, fucking Roman Polanski. Basically, if they have like an E or an E in it,
I was gonna say those names all ironically fucking rhyme.
like Aubrey, you know,
stupid.
You know, I'm like, are you serious? Like, Drake, that's like the worst angle, and like all the Drake stands, he's like, see, he refuted. You know, he's too famous. Or they should be in jail if he's too famous. I'm like, you know, famous people have money that could like buy off a lot of people. They have like 5 Saul Goodmans on their side. You know what I mean? So it's just like, no, that's the opposite of what you should be saying. And then he's like, I didn't have no relations with Millie Bobby Brown, like fucking Bill Clinton. Clinton.
When her name was never actually mentioned.
Never mentioned in any of Kendrick's sing. He was just on Twitter all day. He got confused. He got fucking... He was just exhausted.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. You know what's something that I thought of immediately after I heard the Heart Part 6?
What?
I was like, I can actually genuinely believe that he wrote this one himself.
Yes, no ghostwriter. He should have just, and it's like writing it himself. Fine. He should at least have people by his side being like, "Is this good? Can you fact check this? Can you see if like he actually said Millie Bobby? Like, he's like I could always text her still, but like you know what I mean. It's not cool. It's just like Drake is, and then like none of his friends checked. That's how you know there's an absolute mole in there. None of his fucking homies checked on him and the fucking corrections that they should have made. Like, if I was in a booth dissing someone and I got facts wrong, and the homies are there, I'm firing all of them. I'm like, no, you guys are supposed to have my back. And Kendrick's right. There is a mole.
You just made me think of randomly. I don't know why. That fucking scene in SpongeBob where Plankton finds all his family members and they fucking take Mr. Krabs hostage.
Yeah.
And they open the book and like all of them run because they see that the fucking secret ingredient is plankton. And like you see one of them stand by and he's like, "Why aren't you running?" He's like, "Well, I can't read."
You think that's OVO headquarters?
Yeah, they're like, "Well, I can't read." Like that's why they got the fucking medium Mother Eye Silver wrong because
they couldn't. He was like, "Oh, that mean how he'll." He's like, he chasing. He's like, he chasing Fon.
He's like, "You got it right, Crody."
He's like, "You got it right, Crody." He's like, and then after the song dropped, he's like, Drake's like, "Hey, Crody." He's like, "Why'd you get?" He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh," he's like, "I skipped school for a lot of."
So I personally knew that this battle was over before the track even ended.
Bro, the ending monologue, the song's like 3.5 minutes, and he only rapped for almost 2.
So,
and then the ending, he's like, "Gonna get some like exercise," It's like he's so fucking tired. You can tell he's tired.
Yeah, you can.
His
that's
presence.
The thing where I knew I was like hearing that ending monologue. I was like, yeah, he doesn't want to continue doing this.
Like he put all of it in Family Matters. You know what I mean? Like all that
energy
and all that dissing
and all that. They were
that.
saying that Family Matters was his full clip.
Yeah, no, it was. You definitely feel, even though it was such an unfocused clip, it was like an Uzi. Like he had that heavy recoil, just all that fucking shit, just so unfocused. Like, but he emptied that clip, and then after that, after Meet the Grams dropped 20. First of all, stealing all of Drake's thunder.
Yeah,
the
crazy part about that
disrespectful.
Is that it literally took the air out of anything that Family Matters was doing.
And it's crazy because post beef, like I was like, because Family Matters is such like a bop too. Like I'm not gonna front, like even wearing my Mr. Morale tour shirt, you know what I mean? Like it was like it is a bop, but it is like still a really good song. Like it's so re-listenable, like as aesthetically.
Yeah,
but
I'm not gonna lie though. Personally, for me, I liked Push Ups a little bit more.
You like Push-Ups more?
Yeah.
I like Family Matters more. I think that's some of like Drake's rapping he's ever done. And that's I will say about Family Matters too.
I think it was just not. Well, it wasn't like the rapping because I think he was rapping better. I think for me it's just Push-Up sounds a little bit more catchy to me.
Yeah, that's true. Push-Ups, I re-listened to Push-Ups, and I do actually like quite enjoy that song too. It was like that's the thing too. Drake did try his best. His best was not enough, though. You know what I mean? Because Kendrick could not try at all and be way better.
No, but here's the thing. One thing that I do want to talk about now that all the because this was the end. After the Heart Part 6, there hasn't been any updates so far as we're recording this. As far as there being another diss track. So taking all of this and looking at all the diss tracks that were released, the thing that was not only was it evident that Kendrick had won the battle, and if you don't think so, you're delusional.
Yeah, you're blind, son. You're blind.
But the thing that that a lot of people took away that I didn't really pay attention to until after, or until I heard people talk about it, was just not only did Kendrick win this battle, but just the way that he did it throughout all the different diss tracks he released. He legit showed his artistry and his range in every single one of
in
those
all
diss
like
tracks.
4 songs. You got Euphoria, which we didn't talk about much, but like the highlights for me are like when he's talking about the sexy red, like he's
Oh yeah,
like
the
don't you don't like women. He was like it's
yeah,
all competition. You might pop ass with them.
yeah, that was a hilarious.
Like that was not only so funny, but like it acknowledges like Drake's misogyny as misogynistic turns as like his music evolves, and this like he's only getting with these women not only just to fuck them, but like to like just like boost his image and like make himself look
Oh yeah,
better
you know
than
what's
them and all
funny?
that shit.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I feel like Drake's the only fucking artist that I've ever listened to where like his music started off so like nice and R and B ish and like
Yeah.
very like romantic, and it as he evolved and got more popular, his music just got more bitter.
Like he's like fuck this bitch, you know, and like that's not even mentioning like since we're talking about like the Drake like weirdo shit, you know, his relationship with fucking Georgia Smith, you know, and like how young she was when they got together, and like when he did like the diss on her and Scorpion and all that, you know, it was just weird. It was like just weird shit, you know. It's just like, but yeah, musically, it's like, ooh, it's like, ooh, this is a shift turning, you know what I mean. So yeah. Oh my god, where else I'm gonna go? So it's like the evolution of that is insane, and then with the other parts, like when he's talking about how much he's the biggest hater, like
Yeah.
the it's all about love and hate, but I'm a biggest hater. That spoke to my soul. He was like, I hate the way that you. First of all, great DMX reference, but
Yeah.
also just like the way he just went in and how much he hates this man, and then on Meet the Grams, he's like, I don't have no hate and bone in
Yeah,
my
that was
body,
fucking hilarious.
and I'm like, yes, you do. Like,
That was hilarious.
you're a short dude from LA. Of course, you have a hating bone in your body.
That's the crazy way to describe Kendrick.
Like, of
Like
course,
who's Kendrick Lamar? He's a short dude from LA.
like most of your bones are hating bones in your bodies. like don't lie. Like that's the only line. That's the only cap like Kendrick has ever or like in that line. It's just like besides like the allegations that have no receipts. Sadly, you know, so is that line. I'm like, yes, you did. You can't do what you did and say you don't have hate in your body. But like Euphoria was so good. Like this. Oh my god, I'm blanking on Euphoria. Do you have any other Euphoria highlights?
Well, I think the thing that just stuck out to me the most was when he essentially started listing off all the things that he doesn't do for his son.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he's like, I got a son. My life is not rap. I got a son to raise, but you don't know nothing about that,
Yeah.
you know. So it was like that also like is like very shooketh, like also precursor to Meet the Grams in that first verse where he's like, okay, I'm gonna raise your son for you, you know. It's scary. It's fucked up because Adonis is gonna hear this,
Yeah.
and you know, it will probably be like more sooner than we all think because you know how like kids are fucking assholes, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean. You're like so like he's gonna listen to it.
Oh, it's funny. The fucking
fuck
my,
it.
my fucking homegirl hit me up because I've been talking to her about this too. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is kind of why I want to like uh put I kind of want to end the discussion about the actual tracks because I want to get into just the insane
The
cultural
aftermath,
impact
yeah.
that this had because I shit you not, literally like for the 3 days that this was going on, every time I fucking opened my Twitter, this is literally all I would fucking see.
Yeah, no, this was not even Twitter.
Not even that, not even online, but like just personally.
In news too.
Yeah, but personally, even in my life, people
Yeah.
that have like don't pay attention to rap at all, or fucking like having
Talking about
discussions
it.
with me about it.
Yeah, no. It's crazy, and also I know we will end the tracks right now. The track discussion right now. Well, I just want to say 616 is underrated as fuck right now. That shit is so fucking dope. I love 616.
I love the sample. On that
The
song.
sample on that song and the way like it just proves like oh yeah Kendrick when Kendrick's in the bag rapping non beef wise especially that first part is so good. Like I love 616. I've been listening to that shit a lot. Meet the Grams is honestly probably one of my favorite Kendrick songs now. You know I think that whenever he does an Alchemist beat is crazy and like he gave some of the craziest shit we've ever heard in hip hop ever. And then Not Like Us comes in, and then that last verse with that calling Drake a colonizer is insane.
Yeah.
Like that's like the way he subverts that. It's a banger track, and then like after the disrespectful shit, he fucking educates us on like the settlers in Atlanta and and that's what Drake
The
is
way
using.
that he named all those artists. Too.
And then like he's like, here's some example, like his fucking PowerPoint. He fucking did a PowerPoint mid fucking club song. He was like here's Future. Here's how he stole from Future. How he stole from Lil Baby. How he stole from 21. How he stole from Thug. How he Quavo and 21 and 2 Chainz. I mean 2 Chainz gave you the stamp of approval.
But he lied.
But he lied. But he.
The way he said that shit was so fucking funny too. Like, but he lied.
He's like he told you it was good, but you lied. He lied. It was so funny. And then like it was God's plan to call you a liar, and then he flipped Family Matters in that bar too, and then like the ending of the song.
Yeah, we'll
like,
get into it. We'll get into it with as far as the impact goes.
Yeah, okay, but that's my gist of like all the Kendrick songs and all that. Drake put up a good fight, but it was not enough.
Yeah. So just to clarify, we both think Kendrick won.
Yes.
And we're in the majority.
Yes.
But so then
let's talk about impact.
So like as I mentioned. Literally, for those 3 days that this was going on, this was legit all I fucking saw on my Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And having fucking even people that don't follow this, like, just hit me up about it.
Yeah.
It's insane to me just because when you look back on this moment, this is the closest that our generation is ever going to get to like a Biggie versus Pac type of battle.
Like a Jay-Z Nas type shit, where it's like a cute two of the biggest rappers in hip hop right now are going at it at full force, nonstop, and full like raw. Like it's like there's like no protection here, you know. I was about to make a fucked up reference. So it's just like not like it was, and also nonstop too. The fact that we're getting all this shit within a 5-day span, in 3-day span actually, like from Euphoria to Not Like Us, like that was like 4 days, 4 fucking days. We got a whole fucking album of beefs in the fucking on set ready to go. Nuts. We're not. I don't think we're gonna get something like this ever again, if not anytime soon.
We're definitely not going to see anything like this in our lifetime again.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like this is some insane shit right here.
So
and it was super entertaining.
Yeah.
And then now, since we're West Coast people, we gotta talk about the impact this has on the West Coast.
So we'll get into that specifically with the Not Like That record, because I think that's the one that really impacted the
you mean
West
Not Like
Coast
Us?
Not Like Us. I think that was the one that was specifically geared towards the West Coast. Mm-hmm. But just getting back to the impact of it, it's literally you were seeing people that don't even talk about rap talk about this shit.
Yeah.
And so it was literally a moment in time where I legit even told you, I was like, I legit can't believe that we're fucking living through this right now.
Yeah.
So
it was crazy.
So okay, but then we get to Drake does Family Matters, right? And everybody's enjoying it because it's a bop. Mm-hmm. But then fucking Kendrick comes out with Not Like Us, and literally not only the West Coast, but just all the reactions that I've been seeing post the beef. Mm-hmm. And so before we get into that, the reason why people are specifically reacting to Not Like Us like that, because it's legit, like, I'm seeing fucking channels that, like, have very little subscribers, like, react to it. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason for that, because after this had happened and after all the rap disses had came out, Kendrick decided to do a very, very smart strategic move on his part. Mm-hmm. He removed all the copyrights from all of his songs, which would then entail give
monetization to
reactors to react to it. So that was a very big move on Kendrick's part.
Yeah, not only that, it's super striking because he's like, he knows how big this is. He's like, I want to give the people a chance to grow from this too. Like, he's very smart about giving the
working, like it feels like he's like right next to you, helping you, working this shit out with you. Not only is it smart for the not like us, this gives a chance for a lot more people to react to his other music too,
Yeah.
like his other albums, to discover that and put that on the channel and all that stuff, you know, and like to be able to make a like a profit from that in like a very incentive way, you know. So not only strategically good on business, but just like as you know, for a lot of honest working people, this is like, oh shit, this is like an opportunity, you know. This is like a really good way to start getting to, not only that, a good way to start getting to Kendrick's music too.
Yeah.
And all his albums are blasting up the charts. Like Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn have always been in the charts, always. But like Mr. Morale's coming back in, like that's insane. Especially because like even though Mr. Morale's suit was super popular, it definitely wasn't like chart making as his other albums. Now it's coming back in, and it's like I'm like, damn, like fine, like for, and I love Mr. Morale, you know, and I know that's a very that was a polarizing album at that time, but I think Mr. Morale's gonna gets his flowers sooner or later.
But here's the thing, though. So going back to what I
Yeah.
mentioned about only seeing this on, like, this was all I saw on my Twitter for the last 3 days.
Yeah,
The thing, the one of the point, not only with the rap disses aside, because Kendrick still won even in that aspect,
yeah,
but the one aspect that I was very shocked to see, that this was the only aspect that I thought Drake was going to be at least somewhat safe in, was you know, I still thought that online culture and everything was still going to at least somewhat have his back, right?
yeah.
Kendrick managed to literally turn the entire fucking online social media, it just
Not
and
even
not
social
only, not even
media.
the social media, but just the world in general.
Yeah.
He managed to turn all that against Drake.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's insane. They're playing it on like news channels are covering the beef. Like the fucking TNT's playing it during the NBA games. They're not even they're not even playing like the PDF file bars. They're playing the fucking in the background. You hear like fucking Kendrick being like. He's like, Oakland's gonna be your next stop in the background in the montage
Yeah.
in the stadium, and Dodgers are playing it now.
Well, that one was a given.
Yeah. West Coast Dodger Stadium's gonna be like playing that no matter what. But that shit is still not playing Meet the Grams. You know, the shit is still huge. You know what I mean? It's breaking Spotify and streaming records right now.
Listen, and the thing too is, so like, summer is literally like next month, and so this is legit going to be a
Perfect.
West Coast summer
Perfect
anthem for
timing.
sure.
And not only that, with the quotables too.
Yeah.
Like there's everyone's gonna be like saying, I'm already
And
seeing.
wait, but this is why I think, okay, so now that you said that, this is why I was shocked, because I thought when we went into this battle, right, before it got super personal and everything, I thought Drake would at least be able to like walk away with at least saying, okay, even if he lost, he was like, all right, okay, whatever.
He got bang, you know, he got hits.
Yeah, I lost another one. Like, whatever, he's still gonna make hits, right? But
Kendrick played him at his own game.
yeah, but that the thing too is like with the quotables that you were mentioning, he made not only a club hit, but it's literally a club hit that's mocking Drake for like the most fucking serious allegations ever.
Well, have you seen? Oh my god! Especially in the clubs. Yeah, there's first of all, bang it. It came out Saturday morning. You know that shit was playing Saturday night.
Yeah, it
Saturday
was.
night
I've been seeing
everywhere.
all the videos, especially in
Bro,
like,
especially that last part of Not Like Us, which we didn't talk about, which
the Ovi
contributes
Ho.
so much.
I
Like,
fucking need an Ovi Ho shirt immediately.
oh my god, I need a freaky ass with fool. He is 69 God. Fuck, that's the funniest fucking line of all time.
Yeah.
Like it's the fact that he first of all super disrespectful, and then because of the 6 God shit, and then
Yeah.
the 69 God just to make fun of him too. He's like, let me jab at Toronto real quick one more time, and then it's #1 in Toronto as well in the Canadian charts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like,
Drake's like, I got the whole city on my back. No, we don't. No, the fuck we don't.
oh, I saw a video too. That fucking restaurant that Kendrick had blew up in Euphoria.
Oh, yeah, New Ho King.
Yeah, I saw a video after fucking Not Like Us came out. There's literally fucking Toronto students like fucking dancing to a remix of it like outside.
And then like, oh, the restaurant is like blowing up too.
Yeah,
they're
and
like,
it's because of
and
Kendrick.
it's because of Kendrick. He's like with the new. He's like they're there fucking buying the fried rice and the dip sauce with their blammy.
Yeah,
you know?
with their blammies,
with
with,
the-
their imaginary blammies.
You know, like you're like, oh, this shit good to cheese and fam. This shit bloody good, man.
Bloody.
You're like, oh my god, Kendrick man, the fact that Kendrick not only got him like he was always gonna bomb him artistically and like no other way around it, and people saying that Drake won. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Just you lost. And if you think he won, you're a weirdo. You know, it's just like and then like not only is it beating him artistically and like this he's just mad disrespectful. Not only is he like beating him in the charts, like he's breaking records in the charts. He's beating him in his own game. Not only that, he's fucking doing damage to his entire persona and possibly fucking up his money. Like
No, he's definitely fucking up his money.
like, oh my god! And not only that, the Hard Part 6 getting the most dislikes
Oh yeah, on YouTube.
on
that was
YouTube
hilarious.
ever. That shit, and not only that on Twitter, fucking was trending. Nah, Drake.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, bro, I'm glad everybody that's not like a fucking Drake knob gobbler is fucking like
Knob gobbler.
like fucking like agreeing that like he fucking lost heart. Like it's just like, and it's just. No, it's fucking crazy, especially with the OB ho, the videos of the crowds shouting OB ho. There's one video on Twitter. It was so funny. I retweeted it. Where like a DJ's playing it.
Oh yeah, it was like that at a restaurant or something in Atlanta.
Yeah. It was like the Kendrick's like certified lover boys, and then like the fucking like just screaming into the mic. I'm like, oh, he hates.
said it again, by the way.
Damn it!
You're gonna relax. You've been smacking the fuck out of the table.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped. That's just...
Like you're fucking abusing the fucking table.
I'm like meet the Grammying fucking the table. Well, I'm trying so hard not to say it, but the song is so catchy and good and in my head. Like I've been playing it nonstop.
No, but yeah, I've seen that fucking video that you're talking about. The DJ cut it off at the end and he fucking just shouts it.
Yeah, no. Well, and like
no, but wait, I saw one.
Yeah.
It was at a. It didn't look like a club. It looked like a lounge or something.
Yeah.
Like an event. It didn't look like a club, but it was funny because there was a DJ there.
Yeah.
And he started playing Family Matters, and people started fucking
Booing
booing.
and
So
shit?
he
Yeah.
legit had to switch the song.
Oh my god. There was like that where people booed at the Drake song, but then like fucking Not Like Us came right back in and people were fucking hyped. First of all, that was a cool ass DJ to subvert the audience's expectations and then bring it back in with Not Like Us. Cool DJ. Whoever did that was smart of you. That's how you know how to fucking start a fucking party. And this song is gonna be
No, but
everywhere
then the
for
fucking-
the next 4 months.
But then the actual fucking videos of like nightclubs specifically in LA, bro, they were turning the
Turning the
fuck
fuck
up. To that shit,
up.
dude.
Everything. Not only that, right after Not Like Us dropped fucking Rick Ross, which we haven't mentioned.
Oh, Rick
Like,
Ross. By the way, Rick Ross has been the comedic relief of this entire
I was gonna say
thing.
because I tweeted that exact thing too. It's like he's like the Shakespearean comedic relief that like fucking comes in to narrate the whole play. You know, like he read Twelfth Night and fucking A Midsummer Night's Dream was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, but like in this whole beef, you know, which Rick Ross is my favorite narrator. And then he played it at a fucking beach party,
Oh, that was
a pool
hilarious.
party,
and that was literally like
right after it drops.
Yeah.
And we gotta shout out to Rick too. This is the fucking oh, we haven't even gotten to this part. BBO Drizzy, the fucking beat.
Okay, so Metro Broom.
Metro Groom. Metro Groom. We will not. We
I
will
almost
not.
said it. I almost said it.
I think I did though, but like.
But
I was called him Metro Groom, and that's fucking.
I was thinking about to address him like that. But so
Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin
Boomin.
comes out with he does an open freestyle challenge
Yeah.
to a beat that he titles BBO Drizzy.
And the samples BBO Drizzy says it all over the song.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie, the fucking background vocals are hilarious.
Yeah. So he got, So he got motherfucking civilians coming in and
Yeah, he
fucking like
literally has
murdering
people-
Drake.
because the reason why people are like getting into it is not only because it's a fire beat,
Yeah.
but like I mentioned, Metro Boomin made it into an open freestyle challenge, so anybody who wins or who he picks as a winner will get a free Metro Boomin beat.
Yeah. And then and then the first prize is like not only the beat but like a money prize.
Yeah, I think, like,
and not only that,
15K.
he didn't copyright the shit either. So people are gonna be able to put it on streaming and on YouTube and all that stuff and being able to make a profit. You know, it's just like
Yeah,
so-
I already saw a fucking reactor that I know that is also a rapper who already made a remix to it.
Yeah, Screwface John.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I haven't heard the song actually, so I gotta check that out. Yeah, because he's actually an actual dope rapper
Yeah,
too.
I like him.
And then oh my god, what else? And then like not only is the beat getting popular, but like that's why the world is coming into. So you got like other cultures coming in doing their dances and all that stuff. Japanese rappers coming in, fucking dissing Drake.
Yeah.
And like I don't understand what the
You
fuck
have
I
freaking
don't understand
Spanish-
what the fuck he's saying.
You have Spanish people turning it into a fucking Mexican bob.
I know, it's a fucking LBBL too.
Yeah, dude, that was
that
like,
shit slaps.
That's my favorite fucking one out of all of them.
The BBL just
Yeah.
BBL. Oh
if
my
you guys
god!
haven't heard LBBL, check
You
that shit
need
out.
to listen to that. You know, once literally when that shit dropped, my fucking partner was like on that song's ass. So it's just like fucking like she's been playing that nonstop and shit. So this is all like a fucking devious anime villain plan and shit. You know, so we got civilians coming in. That's what's making it more popular too. You know, it's just like they're all getting Drake at all these different angles. That's not even mentioning like the actual real beef Drake has going on. And I'm like, Drake, why do you have all these beefs going on?
Okay, wait. So
at
now
the same
I like that you
time?
mentioned that because now to transition to a little bit something more serious.
Mm-hmm.
So like we said, so as far as rap disses go, we had already kind of ended that after the Hard Part 6.
Yeah.
But as we alluded to, in specifically Family Matters, Drake was not just going at Kendrick, he was going at a bunch of different people. And
Yeah.
one of those people being The Weeknd.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this took me Now, again, this is alleged. I don't know if this is actually what happened.
Yeah.
But allegedly, what had happened is that The Weeknd's manager had got shot a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And allegedly, it had something to do with Drake's crew.
Mm-hmm.
So then The Weeknd's crew allegedly retaliated by shooting up Drake's house and shooting one of his security guards.
Yeah. No, that is some serious shit. And what's fucked up about that narrative is people are trying to like certain people like trying to like screw the narrative of being like, oh, it's like Kendrick involved and like they were playing Not Like Us while they're doing the drive by. I'm like no, you look like what? These are two completely different things. This is like Canadian Civil War. Like, you know, it's just like this is like a whole totally different thing of what Kendrick is doing. Like a Weeknd, if all that's true, Drake and Weeknd like are in some serious shit with each other, and Kendrick's just like, I fucking hate this dude.
I'm not gonna
I fucking
lie.
hate this dude. I'm just gonna drop songs hating this dude.
Like, when I found out that it was allegedly The Weeknd's crew that did this to him,
Yeah.
I was legit in shock because I was like, I did not know the fucking
No,
Weeknd got down like that.
those R&B motherfuckers, they got shit fucking
Yeah, like,
more
fuck.
gangsters than the fucking got Kendrick scared.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Fucking, you know,
I'm like, I'm gonna listen to fucking Earned It a lot differently now.
all those albums, man. And then like, you know, Canadian Civil War is so funny.
Stupid for that.
And that
No, okay, so we
but,
get
like,
that, right? And
yeah.
Real quick, just to mention, I hope that security guard does recover.
Oh yeah. Thoughts and prayers.
But here's the thing. Here's where I can honestly say, I know that some people might say that this is cold, but I legit do not feel sorry for Drake, for the main reason being that he knows himself that he's not about this life,
Yeah.
but yet he still likes to play and pretend that he is,
Yeah.
and you can't.
Thug got him
can't-
thinking he's a slime in his head.
You can't really feel sorry for somebody that chooses
To put themselves.
willingly chooses to put themselves in this position.
Yeah.
And more so, I even thought about this earlier. Another reason why I cannot feel sorry for Drake and I'm even really mad at Drake is, listen, I don't know if his son stays with him or not.
Yeah.
But if
no,
he
he's
does,
overseas.
but if he does, that
It's
would
super
be
dangerous.
Yeah, that's like you're really putting your son in a
You
very
put
bad
there
position.
and whatever other kids you have on the line too. They might find them and like it's just like it's like not only that, like you have all these different types of beefs going on. Why do you have to like provoke these motherfuckers? Why do you gotta be such a weirdo? First of all, like why you gotta be so weird? And why you gotta provoke these motherfuckers when you got like different types of beats going on, and like your store at the OVO store in London
Oh yeah, it
vandalized
got
too.
freaking
What do you
tagged.
buy at the OVO store? Like what? With
Probably-
children?
probably-
Like, what the
That was wild. I can't believe you fucking said that.
like what do you sell? What do you sell? People like, oh
They
shit, we
probably
gotta go to an OVO
they
store.
probably just sell really overpriced shitty merch.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm like that's crazy. It has its own fucking store. It's just like, it's like so like every
But it's funny that it's the fact that it was the one that's in fucking London that got vandalized. Like, even people are overseas aren't fucking with you.
like bloody hell, mate. He's like, Family Man's made my crumpets dry.
Listen, okay, I wanna listen. Okay, so listen,
But, like, no.
I think that's the cue. Like when you start saying really dumb shit like that, that's like kind of my cue to
wrap it all
yeah.
up.
So
But-
just to overall encapsulate this entire beef, this is legit. Also, what I'm gonna title this episode.
Mm-hmm.
We legit have
Beef and
just
teams?
we legit have just witnessed rap history.
Yeah, witnessing rap history. Yeah, because it is. This is probably the biggest rap beef ever. Honestly, like it subverts even like those of like back in the '90s and the early 2000s
Yeah, like this
and
is
all that
legit.
stuff.
Yeah, like I feel
Like
confident in saying that this is legit the biggest rap beef that's ever happened.
Yeah, and it's like it gave us some of Kendrick's most versatile songs. Even Euphoria alone shows all his versatility. And then you got 616 in L.A., Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us, which will still be playing for a long time.
Yeah,
I'll
but
say
so
that.
just to wrap it up, kind of, so it is over. I honestly,
Allegedly over, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know where the fuck Drake goes from here, because not only did he lose, but his public persona has taken such a big hit
Yeah.
that I don't. If I were him, honestly, I'd just lay low for a while.
Ayahuasca, man.
But yeah, so I don't know what Drake's next move is, but we
Yeah.
all know it's not even
Yeah.
really debatable that Kendrick did win.
And even if he comes back, fucking Kendrick's probably gonna put like his daughter on the track, like rapping with him. Fucking all that shit, It's like and Kendrick says he has more in the tuck, but also, if we're going further, like, and I'm speaking on both sides too. There needs to be receipts. There needs to be receipts, and there needs to be consequences. Because
Yeah.
Rap beef is
but
rap beef.
Oh wait. So one thing that we didn't mention now that you said that is, I think we did kind of we briefly mentioned that some of the allegations that Kendrick was making towards Drake,
Mm-hmm.
it's stuff that's been out there for a while, and so there's legit like evidence online.
Yeah, and not only that, like Kendrick himself has addressed it in a much better way than Drake.
No, so
did in
so
his
that's
way.
that was one thing that I wanted to mention. So as far as the allegations that Drake made towards Kendrick, regarding the domestic abuse,
Yeah,
there was an actual clip from an interview that had resurfaced from a few years ago where Kendrick went on the Breakfast Club,
yeah,
and I believe there was allegations of that similar nature back then, and
Yeah.
Kendrick addressed it then. But to be fair, I still don't think that it hides the fact that I still think he needs to talk about it now.
yeah. No, especially with like with the allegations part and all that stuff.
But here's the thing too. This is why the Drake stuff hit a lot harder, because as I mentioned, there's legit evidence of it online.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think because there was an old ass Kendrick feature on I think it was like a BJ Chicago Kid album. It was like 2011, so this is Section 80 era, where Kendrick honestly is I forgot the song, but it's one of his most underrated verses because he was really emotional. It was like his Mother I Sober before like Mother I Sober. It was super emotional. It talks about his flaws and all that, and he's admitted like he's done some like dumb shit in those songs. It's like Kendrick has already addressed a lot of these things. We still need receipts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially on Kendrick's part, claiming all this shit. But
Kendrick for most of the time, like he addressed everything. You know, have people not heard Mr. Morale? Like he addressed a lot of shit. You know, cheating on his wife, banging white bitches. You know, and all during the Good Kid, Mad City tour and all that. Couldn't really control himself, his grief and all that. You know, still need receipts, but it's not like this is anything new. Same with the Drake. Like this is not anything new. The difference is Kendrick just came at it at the most wildest way I think I've ever seen a rapper come at like a diss track.
Yeah, and like again, as I mentioned again, it doesn't help that some of that stuff's already out there.
Yeah, exactly. And then Drake comes in with Hard Part 6, and it was like, I'm not touching nobody, especially these people. And we're like,
No,
what?
oh,
What?
I thought you were gonna say especially Millie Bobby Brown.
Especially Millie Bobby Brown. And he was like, sure. I'm like, what? You know, it was like Drake. All right, I think I don't know what stuff we missed or not, but I think we're good.
Yeah. So, but
So-
just to encapsulate the whole thing, Kendrick definitely
Crazy
won.
shit. Yeah, Kendrick won. Crazy shit.
And I don't know where Drake goes from here.
Yeah,
But
he just needs to
now,
make some melodies.
now we get to go to probably my most favorite part of this episode for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's time for our picks of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm actually gonna go first on this one.
Go first.
And so
Yes.
shout out to Kendrick Lamar. So of course you guys already fucking know what my recommendation is gonna be. Come on.
we sound like Funk Master Flex. He's like, y'all know what the fuck the
Yeah,
recommendation.
fuck Eddie.
Must have on the beat, ho. I could have went first, and you could have played that as the outro.
Fuck you.
What do you mean,
Get
fuck
me
you?
out to it now.
What the fuck is? I'm trying to see Compton. Well, over this song, I'm gonna recommend another Top Dog affiliate, J Rock Redemption, underrated album. Listen to that shit. 2018 Redemption. That shit's underrated as fuck. We need another J Rock album. I need it now. Underrated
so
as
that's
hell.
my recommendation.
But we're
so-
still gonna listen to this.
Yeah, so I
hear
really
you got
hope
the
that
drug.
you guys enjoyed this episode,
Cell Block 1.
and we will see you all in the next one.
Just make sure you keep a little sis from them. You gotta fade this out. You gotta have the credits going. Written, directed, produced, edited, certified.